beautiful people. It's Cammi from Cammi's Closet. How are you guys? It's Sunday evening, and I am actually going to be doing my first tutorial. Yay! Yay for me. I am doing a tutorial on a palette that I made for my eyeshadows. So I had done like most people who collect makeup and stuff like that, you kind of run out of space. And I live in a small house with my husband, and I needed to condense, so I decided to just go ahead, bite the bullet, and do the depotting. And so I did looking up some stuff on YouTube, and I ended up kind of like working out something on my own with pulling some ideas from some other fellow YouTubers, so thanks you guys. I needed something that was really, really simple and could be done relatively quickly, and didn't require like a lot of tools and assembling, because I get bored easily. Okay, because should I be admitting that? And for those of you who are interested, this look that I did today, I'm looking in the mirror actually, is my Barbie inspired. I'm wearing my Barbie t-shirt. I love Barbie. I actually collect Barbies. And so when I put my t-shirt on, I was like, oh, I should do a Barbie look today. So this is my interpretation of Barbie. I always think like blues and pinks or whatever. So if anyone's interested, I can do a tutorial of that, so let me know. So here comes the tutorial on the palette. But then when I was out in the office store, I was there looking for something completely different. I came across this, which is a CJ Work organizer tray. Now, like the picture that it showed on the display, which let me see if I can open it. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but the picture like shows like office supplies, like they have post-it notes here and thumbtacks and whatever, so that's how they were using it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but so I was looking at it, I was like, wow. I like the feel of it, the weight of it. I like that it has this magnetic closure here. I just didn't like the sections, the compartments. So they were $2.99 a piece, and I actually purchased 3 to play with. And I got it home and I looked at it, and was kind of like deconstructing it in my mind. So that's basically what I did. I deconstructed it. So what I did was, you're going to need an X-Acto knife. This thing is like my best friend. I use it when I'm scrapbooking. I use this thing all the time. So I was thinking that the blade of my X-Acto knife would be sharp enough to take this out, because this is like some type of, I don't know, cardboard or something. That's what I was thinking that it was. So I definitely thought that was the first thing that came to my mind, was like an X-Acto knife. Or I even thought utility knife after that, but I figured my X-Acto knife would probably be sharper. And what I did was, I pressed up against, as you can see, like there's grooves and things in here where the compartment is. So I guess however it's in there, and then it's like sealed with a paper lining. So I came up across there and I used the pressure to keep the straight line, and I came all the way across. And I actually had to do that like a couple times to get all the way through, and I did it on, I subsequently did it on the other side, and then the other, so I did it here, 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 and here, because what I wanted to remove was this piece right here, okay? So I have one that is already done. This is it. Isn't this cute? I like this. The black ones I think I'm going to decoupage or something later whenever I have time, but this one was one that came like this, and I thought that this was kind of cute too. So yeah, and I like that color inside, but anyway, you won't be able to see the color after I'm done with it. So yeah, so this is one I already did, and it came out just like this, and as you can see, this is cardboard, so pretty cool. But then my next dilemma was, when I was looking into it, was, am I going to need a filler for these, for where the dividers were? And the answer to that is no, which is good for me. But I was actually thinking like, oh, maybe epoxy or something could fill it in if I needed it. But I tried it without it, and it worked out just fine. So What I also purchased was a roll of magnetic paper, which I actually picked up from Michael's. Now, I have to say, this is what I used, but I'm telling you right now, do not use this. Because the magnetism on this paper is awful. Oh, my goodness. You'll see what I mean when I show you my completed product. But after I realized how crappy and cheapy this magnetic paper was, I did some research on the internet, eBay, and I found some place where I can get like reasonably priced rolls of more of a heavy-duty magnetic paper, and I think that that's going to work out better. And really, when it comes, the one that I already did, I'm just going to pop it in on top of it, because as you can see, the box is relatively deep for the shadows, and you'll see that in the completed box. So I definitely could stand, putting in another layer of magnetic paper if I want to. But anyway, for the tutorial, I'm using this because this is what I used for the other one. And I want to show you guys the box, which I do not know exactly where it is at this time, so that you can see. Oh, here it is. So you can see to stay the heck away from this crap. Pro Mag magnetic sheets, 3 magnetic sheets. And I probably know more about magnetic paper than I ever wanted to know from doing my research on the internet. Yeah, I tend to be a bit of a geek. But even this paper here doesn't indicate the type of, I guess, the strength of the paper. And most of them do. So I think like 30, 35 would probably be more sufficient than this. I have no idea what this is, but it's crap. So if you see this, do not buy it. Okay? All right. So, another issue with this paper. I couldn't get the darn backing off of it. I was like fiddling. Look, you can see where I ripped it down. I was fiddling with it. I was poking at it. I took my X-Acto knife. I was trying to lift it up here at the edges. I just could not. And then where I did lift it up, it was like, you know how the paper kind of like shreds a little bit. So what was happening is that the magnetic side was not sticky. Like, so this part, the magnet part had no adhesive on it, and the paper that I was taking off to throw in the trash had all the adhesive on it. What kind of bullcrap is that? So, again, stay away from this paper. So what I did instead was I took my trusty tacky glue, which I use for everything, and I just basically, I didn't even bother struggling with the white backing. I used the glue, I put the glue directly on it, and pressed it into the box and let it set. And let me tell you, it worked just fine. Now this one I kind of cut a little big, so if I was putting it in, I would go back in with my X-Acto knife and just trim it up a little bit. Yeah, and I would just like trim it up in the corner using the pressure to keep the straight line to make that nice and, kind of like neat and tight in there. But I don't think I'm going to put this one in here because, again, I'm going to order that other stuff from eBay. But I'm just showing you guys for tutorial sake. So anyway, so that went in. Bam! I have a palette box now. Yay! Right? How cute is that? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da! Ta-da! Oops, it's messy. Okay, excuse the mess. So, this is what I did yesterday. So, I depotted 3 triplets. You see they're moving around a little bit. Okay, the reason why they're moving around is because this magnet that they're on is crap. So, yeah. So there we go. So I depotted 3 triplets, and I think I mixed them up. They look like they're mixed up in here. Yeah, they are mixed up. There we go. That's better. I think. No, I think this one's out of place too. Or something like that. Anyway. So this is my completed palette. Voila! So again, when I get my sheets in from eBay, I'll be putting them on, and eventually in the future, see, so that's pretty cool. like this green I could probably repress because it sustained some damage. So you had to repress this one. I should have just went ahead and did that one, but it was late. So as you can see, I have now a new palette, and so the box cost me $2.99, and I forget how much the paper. I have good minds to return this paper to Michael's. This crap doesn't work, but you know, I did utilize it, so, because believe me, if I didn't put it in here, I would have taken it back. And I think the other one that I got was of course a little more expensive because it's a better quality paper. But maybe I'll do a tutorial on that when it gets here. And as far as the magnets that I used for the pots, I am a big recycler. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's me. So I did actually purchase the round magnets from Michael's, these. But before I used those, I wanted to use these magnets here. These are from an advertising we must have gotten in the mail or something, or from one of the agencies that I work for. Oh, actually, yeah, it was for an agency that I worked for previously, and it was last year's calendar. So I, was basically like cutting it up into piece by piece to use on the back of the pot. So, and I only used like a small portion of the calendar, and I basically was able to put, how many shadows in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 20. And I put 20 shadows in here. And it actually holds quite a bit because I can probably put 2 more shadows here. I can probably put another row here, and then maybe that might be it, because I don't think I can really do anything down here with this space here. But so maybe I'll be able to get maybe 26 shadows in here, and I think that's pretty decent for $2.99 homemade palette. Yeah, I am pretty proud of myself. So maybe the next time you see it, it'll be all pretty and blinged up like I like to do. So anyway, that's it. That's my contribution to the makeup community with my homemade $2.99 palette. It's so cute. I'm so proud of it. All right, so you guys have a good night. Mwah! See you next time.